Japan is one of the safest countries in the world, and its police seem to keep it that way while almost never firing a shot. Lucy Craft goes on patrol with the Tokyo police.
The essence of Japanese law enforcement is here at the koban, or police box. Besides more than 1,000 police stations, Japan operates 6,000 koban and an equal number of smaller, rural posts blanketing every corner of the country. Close to half of the nation's cops are assigned to one. Officer Maika Suzuki said the koban puts police at arm's reach in a crisis.
Dialing 911 seems easy, but sometimes victims are too scared to call from home, or maybe they're not sure if their problem is really an emergency, so they come down to the koban.
Koban operate like mini police stations, but their responsibilities are vast, extending far beyond handing out traffic tickets and traditional law enforcement. Cops have evolved to become a kind of one-stop shopping for problems large and small, whether it's giving street directions, finding a hotel room, lending car fare to cash-strapped commuters, or even patiently listening to marital spats. But by far, the most popular police service is running what could be the world's biggest, most efficient lost and found.
Oh my God, this whole floor is just for umbrellas?
Last year, the Tokyo Police Department collected nearly 3 million items, including almost 250,000 umbrellas from public transit and parks, each carefully tagged and logged for easy retrieval. There are 5 more floors here, stuffed with everything from baby strollers to dentures. Not to mention cold cash, as Tokyo resident Jake Adelstein found. After he absent-mindedly left an envelope of cash at the ATM, a Good Samaritan brought it to police, who returned it to Adelstein the next day.
Police are very well paid here, so they have an incentive to do their job well. That's their task. That's part of getting along with the community. If someone brings something to the police, it gets logged in a file and then sent up to headquarters, and that thing is tracked until it's returned.
Koban cops go to extraordinary lengths to learn their beats. They're required to regularly visit every business and household in their districts twice a year. The ostensible purpose of this visit is handing out anti-crime flyers. And here, chatting with the owners of a coffee shop about their security cameras. With Officer Soda, we can say what's on our mind, said the owner. He's really like a neighbor. Instead of dialing emergency when we need help, we just call him. Visits like this, while extremely time-consuming and somewhat intrusive, are a goldmine for cops, yielding tips about suspicious activity and building community contacts. Police presence here is so low-key and ubiquitous, American law enforcement experts have compared Japanese cops to mailmen. Indeed, the cops seem to be just about everywhere. On guard at local festivals, helping kids across the street, gently, if somewhat ineffectually, herding mobs at a Halloween street party, and stopping traffic for a Black Lives Matter protest. Police departments create their own cuddly mascots. They produce cartoon civics lessons for kids. At least one police force in Western Japan boasts a squad of dancing officers, all reinforcing the image of the casual, friendly, and ever-helpful cop. No wonder police are consistently rated one of the most trusted institutions in Japan. Every officer carries a .38 caliber revolver, but thanks to strict gun laws, firearms usually stay holstered. Instead of lethal force, officers train intensively in self-defense skills for restraining offenders, called taihojutsu, the art of arrest.
We've heard about something called the art of arrest. What is that?
It is a set of techniques for keeping ourselves and others safe. I think of it as a martial arts for police. Our job is to protect not just crime victims, but crime suspects as well.
On this night, police catch a lawbreaker in the act and head off in hot pursuit. After a furious sprint, they get their man, a taxi driver, nabbed for making an illegal turn. Later, the cops quietly break up a brewing fight. As the evening wears on, they head out on patrol. An inebriated man mocks them, but the cops remain poker-faced. Don't drink too much, one said. Not everyone is a fan. Critics say Japan has too many cops and that officers don't have enough to do. Japanese citizens essentially police themselves, say observers like Jake Adelstein, a former crime reporter.
Japan isn't a religious nation, but it is a superstitious nation, and I really believe that people believe that there's karmic payback for what you do, good and bad. And I think that's a powerful tool in making people behave.
In 2020, Good Samaritans handed in nearly $30 million to Tokyo police. And last year, for the 6th year in a row, Japan had the lowest crime since World War II, cementing its reputation as heaven for cops.